Chef Tony Matassa here for shopperschoice.com and BBQGuys.com. Today I'm going to be making a grilled eggplant dip known as Baba Ghanoush. It's a Middle Eastern dip, one of my favorite. Of course, anything with eggplant's kind of my favorite, but you know. All you need is either a cup. You need about 2 pounds of eggplants, which is about about 2 each of these, the globe variety. It's about 5 of the Italian variety and 8, 9, 10 of the Japanese variety. They all taste about the same. It's just how many you'll need to equal 2 pounds. The food processor is fairly necessary for making this dip. You'll also need 2 tablespoons of tahini. It's a sesame tahini. It's kind of like peanut butter, but made with sesame seeds. And I would get a good quality one. If you get a bad one, if you get a cheap one, they taste really bitter. You also need 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper, freshly ground, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of kosher or sea salt. You need 1 small garlic clove, minced, and about a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice, which is about 1 lemon squeezed. You'll also want, and this stuff will actually go in the dip, this will be topping for later. You'll want a tablespoon of olive oil and 2 teaspoons of freshly rough chopped parsley. Now this part is optional, but kind of goes with it. Some pita bread. You can either eat it straight like this, or I'm going to show you guys when I prepare the dip. I'm going to go ahead and coat these with some olive oil, get them on the grill, and make some pita chips. The first thing you'll want to do is take your eggplants and stick them all over with a fork, because you don't want them exploding on you. While you're getting everything ready, you want to make sure you bring your grill up to a medium-high heat. And these guys are going to cook for about 25 minutes. Once your eggplants are prepared, you just put them on the grill. We'll do our first peek in here at about 5 minutes. I'll give them a turn. About 12 minutes. Go ahead and turn them again. See some juices starting to come out of them. They're getting a little softer. It's now been just about 20 minutes. You can see how they're starting to wilt up a little bit. The eggplant has been on now just under 30 minutes. As you can see, it's soft on all sides. That means it's ready. All you have to do is remove it from the fire onto a cookie sheet or some sort of a rimmed baking dish because of all the juices. You're going to let these guys cool down for about 5 minutes. All that's left to do now is to scoop the pulp out of these guys, process them up, about 8 short pulses, the rest of the ingredients, and then let it cool off for about an hour and you're good to go. You want to cut off the top and bottom of the eggplant. Just cut it lengthwise down the center. After that, all you need to do is take a spoon. You're going to scoop the pulp into a strainer or a colander set over a bowl or in the sink or something and let it drain for about 3 to 5 minutes. You're just trying to get some of the juices out of there so you don't have a watery dip. I almost forgot to show you guys how to make the pita chips as promised. All you have to do while the eggplant's cooling down, your grill's still on, get you a basting brush with olive oil. Just lightly coat these guys. If you'd like, you could sprinkle a little salt on them, some herbs if you want a sort of an herb flavored pita. You're just going to set them on the grill for a little while. It's been about 2 minutes. We're going to go ahead and turn these pita chips over. We're going to get the pitas off. Now they're good and grilled. I'll let them cool down a little bit. We'll go ahead and scoop out the eggplant and get finished up on the Baba Ghanoush. All you're doing is separating the meat from the skin, basically. As you do that, you'll just put it up in your either colander or strainer, whatever you have on hand. Let the liquids drain out for about 5 minutes. And get ready to throw it into the work bowl of your food processor. Now that I have all the eggplant pulp into my strainer, I'm gonna go ahead and get working on these pita chips. Cut them once, turn them, cut them in half again, and then it just depends after that. You want really big ones? Stay with those. You want them a little smaller? Then you cut everything you just cut in half. Once you've completed everything with your eggplant, if you started out with roughly 2 pounds, you should have about 2 packs, excuse me, you should have about 2 cups packed of the finished pulp from the eggplant. You'll want to go into the processor first with that, and then everybody joins them. 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 small garlic clove, minced, the juice of roughly 1 lemon, about a tablespoon. I decided to go ahead and throw this tablespoon of olive oil in. I can always drizzle more after. I'm an olive oil fan, what can I say? 2 tablespoons of sesame tahini. There's about 8 pulses. Let's see what we're looking like here. I'll get you guys in for a zoom in. Well, first I'll put it into a serving dish so you don't have to look at the inside of my food processor. This is kind of an odd shot, but I did just wanted to let you guys see the texture. I did adjust my Baba Ghanoush for taste with salt and pepper. I put about another 1/2 teaspoon of salt and another 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper. You want to cover the top of the Baba Ghanoush with film wrap. You want to actually press it down literally on top of the dip itself. You're going to stick it in the fridge for about 45 minutes to an hour. After that, you're ready to go. You might want to, after you pull it out of the fridge, you might want to let it come a little bit to not to room temp, but come up a little bit before you serve it. And like I said, you can serve it with whatever, but pita chips are the way to go if you ask me. When you do peel this away, just get you a nice sized spoon and make an indentation in the center of the dip. In that indentation, just sprinkle a little olive oil and sprinkle your parsley on top, and you're good to go. You could throw a couple little kalamata olives on top or something if you'd like to garnish it. That's about it. I hope you'll stick around for the next video. I'll be doing hummus, which is a decent accompaniment to this and definitely a good thing for the pita chips.